everyone, this is Everything Horror. We love to talk about everything horror. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the Forever Purge. Now, before we get into that, let me go ahead and show you some of my new merch. This is the I Love Everything Horror t-shirt. You guys can see it. I also have two other styles, my Everything Horror logo and the Horror Lives logo. They're all on my TeePublic page, so make sure to check it out. I greatly appreciate it. Now let's go ahead and get into the review. Now, the Forever Purge is the 5th installment in the Purge series. This has been going on since 2013. That's right, it's almost a decade that this series has been going on. Pretty crazy if you think about it. Now, the reason why we've had so many Purge films is because they are cheap to make and they make a lot of money. People really like these. They go out and watch them. Now, is the Forever Purge worth watching? Kind of think so. Now, the Forever Purge is no different than the other Purge films. It follows the same formula. The only difference is that the Purge still goes on after the 12 hours. Now, there is a community that stems from social media that decide to keep purging after the day breaks. They want the purge to never end. And we follow a group of people that decide to escape out of the country to survive the purge. You guys, I'm not a very big fan of the Purge series. To me, it is one of the biggest cash cows that Universal and Blumhouse tries to keep pushing. But I have to say, this film is actually better than I was expecting. There is social commentary in this film, and again, it is heavy-handed, just like all the other films. But I have to say, this is the most impactful out of all of the films, really. This film is directed by Everardo Gout. This film is not directed by James DeMonaco. Great choice there. Now, it is written by him, but really, this film is different enough that it doesn't feel as much rehashed as the other movies. Now, don't get me wrong, this film is definitely helped by actors like Josh Lucas, Ana de la Reguera, Will Patton, so it does help with letting you chew on some of the writing in this film. Now, that change with the Purge still going, not ending, it does add to some of the suspense and does make it intense. The way they do away with some of the characters really adds to that intensity as well, which I thought was very well done. There's some really cool action sequences. There's one that's, again, it looks like a one take. They blended it in to look like a one take that I thought was really cool. There's some cool set pieces. It's not all done within a city. You know what I mean? You're not just going through endless alleyways, this and that, you know. It's a lot more spread out than that. I mean, there's a part of the film where they're driving and driving, trying to get to their destination. And they're coming across purgers in the road, which I thought was a pretty good scene. And there's characters in this film that you really like. I like Ana de la Reguera's character. I like Tenoch Huerta that plays Juan. He was very good. And then Josh Lucas is very good in this film as well. He plays a character where you don't really like him at first, but as the film goes on, you really warm up to him. And again, that's another take on the commentary for the film. Again, it is heavy-handed. You can't really expect much from these films, but I think out of all the social commentary in all these films, this is probably one that was the most well done. Now, on to the negatives. The scares in this film are pretty bad. There's one jump scare that makes absolutely no sense in the beginning of the film. When this jump scare happened, I'm like, oh no. What did I get myself into? I looked at it as a sign for the rest of the movie that it was going to be dog shit, but luckily, that was just a bad jump scare. The villain in this film is, again, very poor. We run into this villain halfway through the film, and he's not captivating at all. He's not scary. He's just racist. Another negative, there's some scenes that look pretty bad, particularly the scene with Ana de la Reguera and these purgers and bunny masks. I thought that was one of the poorest scenes in the film. And then another scene with music. The mixing seemed pretty off. I just didn't like the way it sounded. And the choice of music that they had for that scene was horrible. Like, terrible. And then other things such as some of the CGI, like the CGI fire. Like, if you're going to make these films, at least put a little bit more money into it. Just a little bit more. And then one of the biggest gripes I have for the film. Why does Universal do this? Why? They show the freaking ending in the freaking trailer. It was... I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe... When the scene was happening, I was like, are you serious? They showed this in the freaking trailer. What the fuck, Universal? But yeah, you guys, overall, I have to say the Forever Purge wasn't horrible. It's actually, dare I say, pretty good. I mean, if you didn't like the other Purge films and you see this film, you're not gonna like it. Seriously. But if you are into the Purge films, I definitely think you're gonna like this movie. I thought it was relatively decent. It was a lot better than I was expecting. And hopefully this is the end to the series, because I think you would want to leave it at least a pretty high note, right? Right? Anyways, you guys, have you seen the Forever Purge? Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, and also make sure to check out my horror merch on my TeePublic website. I greatly appreciate it. The link will be down in the description. Anyways, this is Everything Horror, where we love to talk about everything horror. Take care, peeps.